This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
Well, Americans expected to place nearly $8 billion in legal bets on this weekend's big game. Well, you can't legally do that here in Oklahoma.
But the governor and lawmakers tell our Storm Jones this may be the year. Legalized sports betting makes it to the end zone at the Capitol.
With state lawmakers returning to work here at the state capitol this week, many are wondering, is this the year Oklahoma legalizes sports betting? Oklahoma, one of 14 states across the country without any form of legalized sports gambling. That's here in a state that has horse racing, scratch-offs, table games, electronic games, ball and dice, heck, even bingo legalized, begging the question why we're missing out on tens of millions of dollars in tax revenue when it comes to sports. Since the U.S. Supreme Court legalized sports betting in 2018, bets once left to neighborhood bookies have emerged as a multi-billion-dollar industry. But here in Oklahoma, we're still sitting on the sidelines.
I just want Oklahomans to know I want to get it rolled out for them because I think Oklahomans want it.
Literally every weekend, Oklahomans bet millions of dollars with out-of-the-country sports betting operations.
But it's not just overseas operations anymore. In fact, it's knocking on our front door. Last year, Kansas joined Arkansas and New Mexico, becoming our most recent neighbors with in-person and online sports wagering.
If you have your cell phone, you have an app, you're able to go into the state and you can drive literally right over the border.
And it really is that easy, getting just feet inside the state of Kansas and downloading one of 5 sports betting apps on your phone. In just the first 3 months, betting was legal here in Kansas. More than $500 million were wagered on sports, generating $11 million in tax revenue. Kansas betting apps offering lucrative incentives like a first bet of just $5 offered with $200 in free bets. But if you do come out on top, Oklahomans have to drive back into Kansas to claim their cash as the Sunflower State takes their tax dollars.
It's like a couple of divorced parents that are fighting over the children.
Jack Ross, better known as Fat Jack to the sports betting world,
And get ready to win with the Fat Jack.
is a regular contributor to ESPN, Fox, and SiriusXM. He's also on the nationally syndicated sports gambling show Beat the Odds.
The big losers of the state not being able to benefit from the revenue that's generated, taxable revenue, where they could put it to a number of things. I don't even know that it matters where they put it. If you have extra money, you could do something positive with it.
At the state capitol, lawmakers will once again consider a bill to legalize sports gambling, a measure that stalled out last year.
Is there any chance that that gets taken up this session?
You know, there's a good chance it does. We've been studying it. I've talked to the Thunder, the University of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State.
It seems like a no-brainer for a lot of people. Why has this been so hard?
Well, I think we just haven't taken it up, to be quite honest with you, and because there's a difference of opinions on how to roll it out. But let's get it done for Oklahomans.
Tribes have to be the operator. There's no getting around that. We don't want to see the compact breached. It's been good for everybody, and it brings vital dollars to the education front.
Matthew Morgan with the Oklahoma Indian Gaming Association says his member tribes are highly interested, some even preparing their facilities to build out sportsbook operations.
I think tribes are always hopeful that we'll have a very positive and productive relationship with the governor.
The campaign's over. I've got a new term. So let's not bring in old battles and old relationships.
I think this is the year for it.
Representative Ken Luttrell from Ponca City is the co-chair of the Native American Caucus and has authored a bill legalizing sports betting and setting up a sliding scale for tax collections, something he says is fair to all sides.
Who's the big loser if your bill doesn't get passed?
The state of Oklahoma, the citizens of the state of Oklahoma. It's throwing money away. It's just, we're not getting our share of what we should be getting. That's going on anyway, whether it's with the illegal bookie down the street or an entity down in the Caribbean.
The Oklahoma City Thunder adding their voice in support of legalizing sports betting in Oklahoma. A spokesman telling News 9 in a statement, quote, 36 other states currently have sports betting, and like other pro teams in those states, we're excited about the possibilities it would offer our fans and their engagement with the NBA and the Thunder throughout our state.
while less enthusiastic, Senate President Pro Tem Greg Treat says he's had productive talks with a number of tribal leaders, saying in part, quote, "I want to have this conversation in a methodical and respectful manner that benefits both Oklahoma and the tribal nations within our state." Speaker of the House Charles McCall calls it a complex issue he is open to exploring in the upcoming session.
But let's get it done for Oklahomans. Let's make sure it's transparent. Let's make sure it's fair. Let's make sure it's auditable.
We're willing, able, and ready to start working with the stakeholders here to, if they want to make an offer, I think we're ready to listen and assist in their efforts.
Storm Jones, Oklahoma's own News